Today's book review is The Myth of Normal by Dr. Gabor Maté. So, why did I get this book? Well, I think that trauma is interesting, and if I understand my own trauma a bit better, maybe I can be more authentic, learn more about myself, and therefore just live a lot more a life of quality in the future. And from what I have read about this book is that the author, Dr. Gabor Maté, actually challenges a lot of preconceived notions that we have in society, what we think is normal in today's society. And I just like the thought of that. Dr. Gabor Maté actually, he writes this book in a pretty thought-provoking way. It makes you rethink what it means to be normal. And he's really experienced doctor and has a lot of knowledge in the field. And he interviews clients, or maybe I should say patients, and just gives a new perspective about what it means to be normal in today's society. So the author is actually a very experienced doctor who has worked with many different people, and he uses his knowledge to explain how society's idea about normal can actually harm us. So, in this book, Dr. Maté shares real-life stories about people who have faced many challenges like addiction, mental illness, and trauma. And he gives a lot of examples, but one of them, just a simplistic example, is a successful businessman, I think, named John, who is very successful and who looks perfect on the outside, but he still suffers from addiction, trauma, depression. And through stories like that, Mate shows how difficult it can be to live up to society's expectation. I know this example sounds very simple and not so surprising, but I feel like in today's society, a lot of people focus on the successful part, on the motivational speakers part. But I believe if you just look backwards, look at your trauma, look at what's some kind of stopping you from achieving what you want to achieve, or what is still holding you back and not making you move forward. So if you handle those kind of things in your past, I believe the natural result will be, and that will make you become successful in your own meaning. And Dr. Mate also explained how things that happens to us as children also affect us later in life. He talks about how trauma, like being neglected or abused, can later affect your life. And he believes that understanding and dealing with this trauma can help your process of healing. One of the main topics of this book is that the pressure that society puts on us trying to be perfect can be detrimental. So Dr. Gabor Maté offers a second view, which is be authentic to yourself, be true to yourself. And he offers practice advice such as mindfulness and being kind to yourself. But I don't know how I feel about that. There's a lot of people practicing mindfulness. There's a lot of people being kind to themselves. But I don't see many authentic people. I think the way to go is the truth. What is the truth about your trauma? What is the truth about your past? And when you realize that, and when you have the desire, the true desire to move on, you will move on. So yeah, overall, The Myth of Normal is a powerful book that makes you think. That's society's pressures, how it affects our mental health. And I think Dr. Gabor Mate's writing, it's very wise, it's very compassionate. And I would recommend this book. Myself, I would give it a rating of maybe 7, 8 out of 10. If you are interested in understanding yourself better, in your traumas better, and living a more authentic life. I saved a passage in the book. That's a passage I really liked. And it's a subtitle and a question which says, in my life's important areas, what am I not saying no to? In other words, where did I, today or this week, sense a no within me that wanted to be expressed, but I stifled it, conveying a yes or a silence where a no wanted to be heard? And I guess this really resonated with me because that's pretty much how I have lived majority of my life. You know, where I should have said a no, I said a yes, just to maybe not let friends or family down or being maybe too hard on myself. And that's a question Dr. Gabor Maté is exploring in this book, and actually helps a person to live a more authentic life.